And welcome back to another early morning Sunday show. I have to get up earlier now to do these, like 3:30. So it's even early for me, folks. But we're happy to be here, and we're happy to have you. So cheers. The opening. I got a day off, but that didn't work out because the day his son says, "Hey, take that off, payroll." So I went to do payroll, but I had the afternoon off, so we went to Georgetown. It's about an hour away, up in the mountains. Beautiful little old mining town, and took the train there, the Georgetown Loop. Just gorgeous town. It's a tourist thing, but it's a little early yet, so it's really kind of quiet there, which is really nice. You didn't have the crowds, easy to get on the train. Had a real nice time. Really it is the first time I've done anything since I've been in Colorado. And my wife has got her out of the house because she's going stir crazy here. Still trying to find a job. So, yeah, it's not easy. She's 64 now, so done a million things. We've moved a lot, but it gets harder when you get older. But we're looking there, and so it was great to be out there. We're things quieted down after Memorial Day, except now it's we're open. Oh, that pool's not right. Got to go do something with this one. There's always something, but it's not as big of a hell. Just slow. Got some more people hired. We'll see. Let's start with shout out, and it's for Jim Larson, Larson, Jimbo, and Jim has one sub. Now I've known Jim for a long time. Big blues fanatic, loves blues, but he likes other things too and rock. And he's from Sweden. English is his second language. Now I always have to take that into consideration. But really nice guy. If you write him or whatever, he will always write back. Jim's been a faithful watcher of me for a long, long time. And, eventually I will make another trip to Sweden. Jim would definitely be one guy that I would go and see. So check out his channel. He only has a couple videos up. He had one before. It took it down, but he's doing it again. He has a room tour on there. Very good room tour. So it's Jim Larson. Again, Larsson. Proper Scandinavian. Lars' son. There we go. So, see what we can do to help Jimbo out if you don't mind. Great guy. I think Jimbo's the best. So let's talk some music. I got some interesting. I think I have some stuff maybe you might not have seen before. How about that? But let's talk some cool records. And this group is called The Third Sound. And it is Most Perfect Solitude. Brand new album came out. The group's out of Berlin. This came off of Fuzz Club. Look at that. 213 of 300. Now, I'm sure that's just because of this particular vinyl. Like anything, we'll put out more vinyl and different colors, so everything's limited. Look at that. I missed putting that in the sleeve. I can't believe that crap. Wow. I must have been tired. Nighttime, at nighttime, I have a hard time staying awake when I'm up here. I just sleep in this chair. So, out of Berlin, psych post-punk band. Probably is the best explanation for it. This is led by the Brian's Jonestown Massacre guitarist. Okay, here we go. He's from Iceland, all right? Hakum Aulenstein. I mean, it's incredible. Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm going to try and put his name. There we go. Okay. If you're going to have 30 letters in your last name, how am I going to do that? And then it's Icelandic. I don't know. But he's played with people like Anton Newsom and Tess Parks and a variety of other bands. So he's been out there and around, but he also has his own band, The Third Sound. And music's kind of a shadowy new wave, doused with black romanticism. Yeah, how's that for a description, huh? Most Perfect Solitude. This is their 6th album, and again, it just came out this year. Just got it. I pre-ordered it. Album is a little brighter than his previous album, so there you go. It's more of a pick-me-up album. Kinda. And really what he wanted, he wrote songs. It's about kind of about leaving and then arriving at a place and the people that you leave behind, whether it be romantic or whatever. I would probably, they say, and I can't tell you about their albums, but they say this is a more upbeat album than the other ones, kind of a warm psych rock. How come he has just this very deep baritone type voice that is somewhat layered within the music, so it's not really right out front. There's the music has like a melancholy feel to it, but yet a little more positive type spin. You have songs like Catch a Fire and Veiled that they're just doomed love songs. Then there's like Don't Look Back. And no, it's not Boston's Don't Look Back, but it's just this bouncing keyboard in there. Sounded great. There's a little goth pop in here, probably a little psych pop, a little post-punk. You have all of that. I really enjoyed this album. It's something different. Kind of falls into what, some of the shoegazy psych stuff I've been listening to, the new stuff. And I think, yeah, this is well done. You can hear the sample and you decide for yourself. So the third sound and Most Perfect Solitude. Check it out. I showed this VCLT a while back. I need to talk about it. And here we go, King Buffalo. And I got this from the Zonkman, Steve Bender. And Steve and his wife, Cherri, longtime watchers, commenters, always been very nice. I met Steve in North Carolina. Cherri, regretfully, we didn't get you had something come up, so we weren't able to get together. But of course, Steve Bender has his own channel, and he is the Zonkman. So he sent me this because King Buffalo is his jam. This is his group. Of any other group, you could take every album of his away from him. Just do not take the King Buffalo. And so he's talked about it. And I've always wanted to get some of theirs, but I never have. Let me tell you, their albums, you go back to the back catalog, these things go for some bucks. But it's a trio out of Rochester, New York. Mark, Channel Mad for Vinyl, I don't know, are you in this group? You're from Rochester. It's heavy psych, stoner rock. And this album's great. This is Regenerator. It's their 4th album. And this thing is just kind of filled with these trance-like jams and drumming that just keeps pushing the music forward. It's trippy, it's spacey, it's darn fun. I mean, this is just great. There's these long instrumental jams, but they're interesting, and it just is a groove that they get going and things change. There's even a song, Avalon, that actually has a legitimate chorus in it. It's like, wow, what's going on here? The title track here, Regenerator, is just, it is really just a fun trip. It's just wonderful. The song just keeps building and then adds in new melodies. Wonderful stuff. King Buffalo, they wrote 3 albums during the pandemic. They call it the Pandemic Trilogy, and I believe this is the final one from that. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with this album. Oh, was it Mercury? Yeah, Mercury, and was another song where it just kicks off, it just kicks off halfway through with this loud, rocking, distorted guitars. It just comes out. Hours was a song, and it tears it up right out of the gate. You drop that needle, I go, man, you're wow. I mean, just the guitars were wonderful. They were crisp and distorted. I just didn't let up. This is an incredible album. Yeah, King Buffalo fan. That's what I am. If their back catalog wasn't so expensive, I would be going back there, and that's coming from me. But wonderful stuff. King Buffalo, Regenerator. Yeah, right up my alley. Steve, Cherri, excellent stuff. And always thank you guys for your friendship. Now, twofer. Let's get that done. Let's do a twofer. Record Store Day, The Mighty Lemon Drops. I liked it so much, I bought another Mighty Lemon Drops. Am I buying their whole catalog? Of course not. I probably have enough. Maybe there's a better The Mighty Lemon Drops. I don't know. This is a group, I was well aware of the name. I couldn't hum a song. I couldn't tell you a thing about them or anything except they're from the UK. Well, now we'll talk a little bit about them. So the Mighty Lemon Drops. So let's do this one first. This is they're from the UK, as I said. They formed in '85, broke up in '92. When they started, they came up with a very cool name on Sire Records. They said, let's call ourselves Sherbert Monster. I don't know. Sherbert Monster. Well, luckily they changed it. The music is kind of psychedelic post-punk, and they have just this wonderful ringing Rickenbacker guitar that they use. It sounds great. When they started, very much influenced by Echo and the Bunnymen. In fact, the comparisons all over the place. And even when you look at them, you kind of, little Echo and the Bunnymen kind of a feel and look. They did 5 studio albums. This one here, Laughter, came out is the third one, came out in 1989. The Record Store Days, Ricochet, that came out in 1992, their final album. Just start with Laughter. And this was really the album that broke them away from the Echo and the Bunnyman mold. Again, they were kind of stuck there. That was what they were doing, kind of their thing. They began to get away from it. This has a joyful pop feel to it. It really, it's a brighter album. It's kind of a pick-me-up. You know, Echo and Bunnyman at times could be a little more depression happening in there. This thing really not. It doesn't. There's just great guitar playing, really catchy choruses, easy to hum to. You can dance to it. And it peaked at number 195 in the U.S., which was their biggest chart position. Actually, they did better in the U.S. than they did in the U.K., and they did tour an awful lot within the U.S. So this one, yeah, it did pretty good. Laughter, and, you know, people in the U.S. were laughing about it and buying it and enjoying it. In the UK, they didn't laugh as much about it, so I don't know. Feel bad for them. Then, Record Store. I did something to my back. It's like, hey, I almost slept in this morning. I know I have to get up earlier to do this, and I never use an alarm. I never use an alarm. My body wakes up. Let me tell you, my body today, I had this wonderful alarm clock. I got one of those Charlie horses that curls up your toes and then gets into your leg. Happened at 3:30. Can you believe that? He was like, bing, here you go, time to get up. It really worked. Okay, now that had nothing to do with this record album, but it just happens. Okay, Ricochet. This from Record Store Day. And we have on here I don't know what color that is, but it sure is nothing special. Copper, maybe? I don't know. Inner sleeve. Oh, look how serious. So this is a little more of a serious album. Look at that. They weren't allowed to smile or anything, I guess. Yeah, they know it's their final album. They had to get a different record label. Things weren't going as well, and that's why I think they look really grumpy. It's just my own take on that. Doesn't mean it's true, but it could be. All right, so Ricochet, melodic pop music. It still has that. There's a lot of repetition in there, which is nice, and great guitar playing. I will say, these guys, there's a lot of really nice guitar playing. She's Out of Touch was one of the songs on here. Let's go this way, and this way. That goes like that, but then I go like that, and then that's upside down. Well, that's just the stupidest cover. Okay, makes no sense. Doesn't matter. So She's Out of Touch, kind of power pop. And you do have a kind of a power pop feel in there. There's Falling Deep. And, and again, remember, this came out in 1992. Falling Deep has like the acid pop of the Stone Roses. That's where kind of a similarity that I hear there. This album is more dense. The other one has more of a happier, poppy kind of feel, a lightness to it. This is more textured, and it still has pop hooks in there, but definitely more dense, more stuff going on, not as light. Different. You can see they're changing that, but then this was the final straw. This came out and they broke up. So that's it. So Mighty Lemon Drops. If you see that stuff, it's pretty cheap out there. It doesn't cost a lot, and it is an album. It is a group worth checking. If I was in Ben's going through them and I found in there Mighty Lemon Drops, I would probably pick it up. Am I going to go out hunting for it? No, but I liked them, so yeah. Have here, and this one I have a hard time. Sheer Mag out of Philadelphia. Bill, Vinyl Verse, maybe this is your group. You're from Philadelphia. It could be this could be you. Maybe you're in here. 2014 to still going on right now. I got this when I did the Third Man Record Store tour. They gave me some free albums. This was one of them. And this is kind of a punk rock, hard rock. You could tell they have this love for 70s hard rock. It's all over this thing. Especially the track, I'm going to play you the opening track. And there is no real... Oh, here, look, we got a little something special here. What's this? We have okay. Okay. It's all the credit. Oh, no, it's the lyrics. It's your sing-along, and it's in poster form. That's nice. That's cool. So this came off of Third Man Records here. A Distant Call. So Sheer Mag, A Distant Call. It is Christina Holloway, Matt Palmer, Hart Steely, and Kyle Steely. They're brothers. Seeley. They were in college together, and they were in a study group together. They were in a study group together. And so obviously instead of studying, they were talking music, and they decided, let's form a band. College study group, isn't that fun? Yep, then you could study and make music together. I mean, pretty cool. So that's what they did, and they formed the band here. And again, 2014 is when they formed, and they moved into a house together. Let's all get together. We'll move into a house. Little rock and roll stuff. So this is their second album, A Distant Call. It came out in 2019. And I mean, the opening track just blows you away. Steel sharpens steel. Holy crap, man. It's 70s. Now, I'm honest, when I put this on, I did not like this album. Okay, they were really talking up about this thing, and I'm not getting it. It's her vocals. Tina Holiday. It takes a bit for me to get used to those vocals. They really weren't for me, but repeated listenings, I'm enjoying it, and I'm finding the 70s hard rock vibe. For those of you that like 70s hard rock, I mean, you would really dig some stuff on here. Again, updated sound and that, but it's pretty. It really goes. Hardly to Blame was their song. It's just kind of like a piece of a power pop almost, with a cheap trick inspired riffs going on. The love of the 70s. What was it? Blood from a Stone. Blood from a Stone. The song's just about the injustice of people having to live check to check. They're upset about a lot of things. Some almost say it's a concept album. I don't think they were trying to make a concept album, but they really were looking at things in this world. Silver Line as a song, just monster guitar solo happening in there. Just again, think 70s. They just, in the album, they sing about domestic abuse. They sing about depression. Yeah, it's a real pick-me-up. You got the Mighty Lemon Drops, and we go into this. But it's done in a pretty cool style. Again, I had a hard time with the vocals. I've accepted them. So I now accept the vocals. And yeah, I'm enjoying this album much more. Is it a group that I was like, yeah, I got to go get some more of? I don't know necessarily. Right price, maybe. But, it's not. I like 70s hard rock, but how often do I show it? Yeah, and so, yeah, but good. I do have a lot of 70s hard rock in there, I just looking for that new stuff. What's going on now, man? What's the music's happening? Okay, so I have to say, I'm looking for the new stuff. I'm really looking for the new stuff. And now I'm going to show you this now. Okay. Marie Osmond, Paper Roses. A song that makes me want to vomit. Now you may ask, why would you buy this? Well, first off, it was $2. I bought it on a lark. I have a friend in the UK, Peter. And I haven't heard from him. Peter and I would write a lot of emails back and forth. I really like him. He's more housebound, can't get out. And so he would watch the videos. And our views on things don't always agree, but it's okay. I like Peter a lot. I know a lot about him. He knows a lot about me. But he would always be making fun of me for the stuff I was showing. And he goes, you need to show Marie Osmond's Paper Roses. Why don't you show Paper Roses? He would always be going on about Paper Roses. So I saw this at Radio Wasteland, obviously, a while back. And I thought, all right, I'm just buying Paper Roses in case Peter's watching. So Peter, if you're watching, I have Paper Roses. Okay. Yeah, it's Marie Osmond. You know what? Marie's not her first name. Did you know that? It's Olive. Her mom's name's Olive. Her first name's Olive Marie Osmond. Born in 59. We're the same age. She looks a whole hell of a lot better than I do, though, right now. But that's okay. She was the 8th of 9 children and the only girl in the whole family. Oh, my God. At age 4, 1964, she was already singing on the Andy Williams show. So she was making a name for herself. You know, Andy Williams, nice and wholesome. The Osmond family was perfect. You know, out of Ogden, Utah, nice Mormon family, a lot of kids. They began going. When she was, again, just a very young teenager, it was 1970, so you think about it, she did a demo tape, and so she's 11 years old. She does a demo tape of Coat of Many Colors, and Don Owens at MGM gets this, and he likes it, and she wanted to do country. She goes, that's what she felt, that kind of music she wanted to sing, unlike her rock and roll brothers. So Owens signs her. Well, in 73, so now let's just think about that. 1973, you know, she was born later in 59, so it's like 13 years old. 13 years old here. She makes the single Paper Roses. And it takes off. It becomes number 1 on the country charts, number 5 on the U.S. pop charts, number 1 in the U.K. They were digging it there. And she kind of takes off. And this is it. I can be for $2.25 to mail it in. You can be part of the Marie Osmond fan club. How about that? Wow. So she had this hit. Now, of course, Donny Osmond, wholesome. She was very wholesome. And so they had their own TV show, the Donny and Marie thing, that I just thought was the worst thing in the world. I mean, there was just this absolute refusal. There's no way I was going to watch that. I just couldn't stand it. I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. Yeah, I know the theme song. Well, that's all I know of it. That kind of went out in 79, though, fell apart. And they kept trying to find other TV ventures. And they did have some business, some people that were helping them to find music, new TV shows or whatever. Well, they wound up being swindlers. And they swindled the Osmonds out of almost all their money. They went broke. They went broke in the early 80s because they got swindled, and those guys were caught and went to jail. But the Marie Osmond's dad, he said, we're not declaring bankruptcy. We will pay off all our debts. And so the whole family began touring again. They went back on the road and began touring, and they paid off all their debts instead of declaring bankruptcy. That is cool. That is cool. So everyone had to go back out there and start doing this. Well, obviously now, they do very, very well. She's been a businesswoman, has done very well for herself. She's on The Talk or something, I guess. I don't know. But here's an interesting thing. When Grease, when they're going to make the movie Grease, she was offered the role of Sandy. That was given to her. Donnie was also offered a part in Grease. She said no to Sandy because it would hurt her image. Instead, her and Donnie decided we're going to make our own movie, and it was called Going Coconuts, which is considered one of the crappiest movies ever made. So she kept her image and made a movie that sucked and could have been Grease. Yeah, there you have it. So Paper Roses, this is country. I did not like almost all of it. I will play you the sample, Louisiana Bayou. I like that one because it has a Cajun feel to it. We do Everything is Beautiful, Fool Number with Sweet Dreams, Too Many Rivers. Yeah. I still don't like Paper Roses. But I got this because it's a lark. I don't know if I can keep it. I don't know, but my wife thought, what's that? Okay. that's it for the week. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Everyone have yourself a great week. And, yeah, we're going to try to have a midweek or something. Bye.